Okay. Do you want me lying here or seated?
Seated.
All right.
Okay, preliminary words. Because the circular breathing is down the center of the front and up the center of the back, it provides a contrast with any curves or twisting of the spine. What I plan with you right now is to rehearse the 6 steps of the circular breathing until each is distinct to you, so that you can assemble them. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First step is to get into floating palate. This will be centralized, not rocking.
Okay.
And you just signal non-verbally when you've got that.
I'll do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Now, locate where your palate got sensitized from that, and put your feeling attention there as you breathe in and out through your nose. Okay. You'll notice that if you are feeling attending to your palate while breathing, the breathing helps to sensitize that same place more. Yes? No? Good. Okay. Now we're going to switch to the next location, and then we'll bridge the two. The next location is the heart region, and you place your attention there and breathe in, and silently intone, that means no vocal cords, the syllable ho, H-O. The H sound is the feeling of the air going in, and the O sound is the expansion sensation. So you place your attention in the heart region and inhale as if intoning the syllable ho, H-O, but without voice. So you're inhaling the H feeling into the heart region. Good. Do that 2 more times, 2 breaths at automatic breathing pace. And you would feel a change of temperature in the heart region as you inhale. Let me know if that's so for you.
It feels like the heart gets a bit warmer.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why, because the air is kind of cold around here.
As long as you feel something there, that's the intention.
Okay.
The next step is to do a breath sensitizing the palate, followed by a second breath in which, before you take the breath, you feel at the heart region and breathe from the palate into the heart. A line of breathing in from the sensitized place in the palate to the place you feel in the heart region. So do 3 of those so that you get a distinct feeling of the sensation going from the sensitized palate into the heart region. Okay. So in breathing in, it's as if the H feeling starts at the sensitized palate and goes into the O feeling of Ho at the heart region. So the syllable is continuous between the sensitized palate and the heart region.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first segment. Feel clear about it?
Mm-hmm.
The second segment is to exhale from the heart region down to the floor of the pelvis and past. So you've already got the heart region sensitized from doing Ho. And when you breathe from the heart region to the floor of the pelvis and beyond, that's the syllable Va, V-A-H. So do that once and report whether that worked like that for you.
So it's going basically down the front and up to the back of the spine?
No, it's just going down to the floor of the pelvis and beyond.
Okay. One second, I find it hard to get back into. All right. It feels like as it goes down, it's shifting to the side a bit, but I felt it.
Okay. By placing your attention at the floor of the pelvis before you exhale, that will direct it straight from the heart into the floor of the pelvis. Try that a few times.
I could get it straighter, but not fully straight. I'm feeling there are some contractions that are messing things up a bit.
Okay. That's why we do this movement. As I said, there would be a contrast between the movement and your tendency to have curves or twists. The Va syllable has a feel to it, which is more important than the sound of it. And like the Ho sensation, it's continuous between its origin at the heart and its destination at the floor of the pelvis. The sensation travels on the inside of the front of the abdominal cavity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a little trickle that goes down from the heart, and it lands, and generally, in my experience, produces a warming or heating, softening sensation at the floor of the pelvis that goes even further down.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that experience?
Further, what do you, well, honestly, I probably put too much attention on how the feeling was deviating from the straight course.
Okay. So just practice a few times, placing your feeling attention at the floor of the pelvis so that when you do the Va syllable, the sensation goes from the heart down the inside front of your abdomen to the floor of the pelvis.
All right.
So now we'll rehearse both of those in sequence. You do the Ho sensation from the palate to the heart, and then the exhale, Va sensation from the heart down to the floor of the pelvis. One inhalation, one exhalation.
All right. That was a bit better.
Okay. Did you get a feeling of a warmth occur at the floor of the pelvis?
Yeah.
Good. Let's do that again by yourself.
All right.
Okay. The next step is when you feel that warmth sensation at the floor of the pelvis, you contract the floor of the pelvis closed as if to grab onto that sensation of warmth at the floor of the pelvis. You contract and hold. Once you've got a moment of steady hold, then you may feel free to relax it. This is rehearsal.
Okay.
So do 3 where you breathe in from the palate to the heart, heart to the floor of the pelvis, grab on and hold.
Okay.
Okay. Question, are you centered or forward sitting? Uh-huh. So do 3 where you're centered and not coming forward. So now for comparison, to tell the difference between centered and forward, come forward as before and do 1, and then center yourself and do 1. Do more if you need it to get a clear perception of the difference.
All right, like that?
Could you tell the difference between the two?
Yes.
You
Between
now have...
the 3.
Hmm?
The 3, I did 3.
Okay, that's fine. So now, lest there be any doubt, you now have the ability to tell the difference, and you would be doing this seated, centered at balance. If you're in doubt, deliberately go forward, feel that, come back, feel that. When you come forward, that tightens up your back and your hip flexors in front. And we don't want that. We want you to be open.
Right. I can feel the curve in my spine when I'm going down, and I can kind of have some relaxation.
Mm-hmm. Well, this will take some time for you to get this whole circle, of which we've only done a portion. Okay, remember there are 6 steps and we've done 2.
Okay.
Anything to ask or tell?
You know, I think I'm good for now.
Okay. So the next part picks up at the grasping on with the floor of the pelvis. So you get to that place and signal. Make sure you're balanced. Okay. And while holding the grip at the floor of the pelvis, you inhale, again, Ho, feeling. At a certain amount of inhalation, you'll feel it wanting to pull into the heart and to pull the floor of the pelvis open. As soon as you feel that sensation, you allow the floor of the pelvis to open, and you'll feel the sensation slingshot into the heart region. Should I repeat that?
No, I got that.
Okay. Practice it once, make sure you got it.
One second.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Since you found it, do 2 more by yourself. Was that it? Okay. The next step is doing the Va feeling from the heart region to the sensitized location of the palate. It's almost like fanning a flame up from the heart to the palate where sensitized. So it's helpful to place your attention at the palate. You already have the Ho part, the heart region is full. You place your attention at the palate and then do the Va feeling as you exhale. It's as if fanning a flame at the palate. Come through clearly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do one. Let's make sure you got it. Was that a yes?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. Since I didn't see the thumb, I wasn't sure if that nod of your head was more of what you've been doing with all that wriggling.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking it pretty hard.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. As I said, this takes some doing. But it's worth it. It produces a lot, but you have to work for it.
Right.
Okay. So now that you've done the Va sensation from the heart region to the palate, do that 2 more times to rehearse it, making sure that you're upright and not forward.
Right. I find it easier to rest in this position.
I know. Well, get your feet planted so that you have a tripod, 2 feet, 1 under bottom, and then find your upright, because that's the position that we want to cultivate.
All right, so I go all the way around the world.
No, we're just rehearsing. Just the heart to the sensitized palate 2 times, making sure you end up feeling a continuity of sensation between the heart and the palate.
Okay.
Okay.
It feels like it's not straight on, but I get the continuity from it.
Okay. So now let's rehearse from the floor of the pelvis all the way through to the palate. 1 inhalation, 1 exhalation. Starting with the gripping at the floor of the pelvis, placing attention at the heart and inhaling until the slingshot effect. You can feel the tension of the slingshot effect building, at which point release the pelvis so it slingshots into the heart region. Okay, 2 more like that. You're rehearsing still. I want to make sure you have it all.
Alright.
Okay. And then 2, the Va sensation from the heart region to the palate, where before you exhale, you locate the sensitized palate and breathe from the heart at that. At and into it.
Alright.
Now we do the 2 in succession. So we start with the floor of the pelvis, grasping on. Inhale to slingshot to the heart immediately. Well, next, not immediately. You let yourself pause. So you grasp at the floor of the pelvis, inhale the Ho sensation into the heart, feel it, and then exhale from the heart to the sensitized palate. Come through clearly?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when you got 1, and then we'll check it. Good. Do 2 more.
In the interest of time, how about 1 more?
As you like.
Alright.
The last 2, the first part of it is, again, you inhale in the Ho pattern into the heart region as before, from the sensitized palate. Since you've already rehearsed that, we'll go immediately to the final action. I'll describe it first. The heart is feeling the inhaled sensation. With the syllable Va, you put your attention at the palate, and as you exhale, first you exhale from the heart region to the palate, then relax or open the palate region and continue out the top of the head. Do I need to repeat?
Continue out the top of the head.
Yeah, this is what you've been practicing with tongue mudra, where you locate the internal part of the cranium, where it's like an aperture, an opening.
Right.
So in the Va syllable, you're exhaling from the heart region, first to the sensitized palate, then continue past that, relaxing the palate, and so it feels like you're opening there and out the top of the head. That come through?
Mm-hmm.
Do it once and check with me. Yeah? So this action has the effect of elongating from the floor of the pelvis all the way up through and beyond. Remember I said the other time that when the spine is compressed, rotations ensue?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a way, by elongating, of taking out those twists.
Right.
So let's do 1 full circle around. You're going to do the first Ho sensation from the palate to the heart, Va to the floor of the pelvis.
Then Ho, then Va.
Grasp on at the floor of the pelvis and breathe to slingshot it to the heart. Va to the palate. Inhale Ho to the heart and exhale to the palate and beyond.
Okay.
You got that whole thing?
Got it.
Have a whirl.
All right.
One fine point now. When you've inhaled and you've gone to the heart and exhaled to the floor of the pelvis, wait until you feel the need to breathe. There'll be a natural rising impulse to inhale. Let the next Ho part start once the imperative or the impulse to inhale has begun. That's true in all steps. When you have 3 locations of inhalation, wait until you feel the need to inhale before starting the circle. You up for trying 1 or 2 that way?
Okay, could you repeat the last instruction?
Yeah. Every Ho sensation, the inhalation, begins at the moment you feel the rising need to inhale.
Okay. All right, so let me try this.
Okay.
All right. I think I have